Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing a car in Asphalt 9 multiplayer that people have actually been requesting quite a lot. I don't exactly know why, it's not especially great, but it is the BMW Hommage. It was a good car in Asphalt 8, not quite so much in Asphalt 9, so we have maxed this car. It's a low-end C-Class car with a rank of 1826. I would say it's one of the lower-end C-Class cars, maybe third worst in C-Class or something. The thing is about it, there's nothing about it that is particularly awful, it's just rather mediocre overall and doesn't have any standout qualities of any sort. It's just sort of your average starter C-Class car, and it's definitely better than the SRT8 now that that car is really bad due to the crazy nerf in Update 2. Now, the ZL1, which is around this car in terms of rank, is definitely still a better multiplayer car, I would say, but I wanted to give this one a shot and just see what I could do with it. And it turned out okay, actually. It was pretty surprising. I got some pretty decent races in it. So what do its stats tell about it? Well, at max, it can go 192 miles per hour, which is not very fast. However, it's definitely not the slowest car in the game by any means. It is a bit faster than the ZL1, for example. Its acceleration is 73, which isn't great, but again, not the worst, but still in the bottom, I would say, of the accelerations in the game. Its handling and nitro are both around 50. That's not bad handling, however, the nitro is not great. Even with all of that mediocrity, we still managed to beat a few BMW M4 GTSs in that race, which is a much better C-Class car, I would say. It can go around 212 or so. Speaking of the M4 GTS, I did actually get some pretty good races in that car, and I plan to make a video about it at some point, so you can keep a lookout for that. So this Hommage here pushed me onto this way. He was being really annoying at the beginning of this race. I hate it when people are drifting, they just kind of push you around and you get stuck behind them, and then you can't get up to speed, even though you weren't the one drifting, and then they shockwave and maybe knock you down. But sometimes they're just annoying and push you out of the way. That's kind of what happened in this case. And anyway, it didn't really matter. We were able to get into second position. However, that guy in first is quite far gone at this point. He is actually a 2700 rank Corvette Grand Sport, which I made a video about recently, and that car is a lot better in pretty much every single way than this one, so it makes sense that he's that far ahead. So by now, you guys have probably heard the rumors about the LaFerrari Aperta and Koenigsegg Jesko coming out in the next update. There have also been some rumors that it may come out around mid-June. So whenever the next special event comes out, which I assume will be for one of those two cars, pretty soon after the update releases, I will do another Asphalt 9 livestream, because some people have been asking me about that since my previous one was my final Asphalt 8 livestream. Speaking of that, I do plan to make sort of an Asphalt 8 farewell video, sort of going back to my previous videos, reliving them, going through some of my best times, basically reliving my Asphalt 8 journey in particular. Since you guys probably know, I have quit the game about a month ago due to Gameloft's changes to the game mostly, and so I think that will be a good way to end it off. So here we come in second place to this Corvette Grand Sport, who just got further and further ahead, as expected, but we did beat everybody else. Now, this race turned out to be very interesting. We have got 3 Ford GTs, 2 BMW M4s, and 1 Porsche 911 Coupe, as well as an XL Sport, but let's not talk about that. So this race was going very well at the beginning. I managed to get ahead of all of these people with a fairly comfortable lead and was pulling away. Now, there's one thing you have to keep in mind on the Caribbean. Many of the barrels often don't work properly, and they put you on their top. Now, that one back there doesn't usually do it. However, one coming up that is after this cave may do it if you don't go up it high enough. And unfortunately, that is what happened to me this time, and I landed on my top, and all my great lead sort of fell apart. And thus I went back into 5th position out of 8, and then I actually fell into 6th. So this race was not going well, and going up against a whole bunch of faster cars, I didn't think I was going to be able to do anything. But then one of the first guys got knocked down, so then we were into 5th place. So then I did what I normally do, flat spin here, go along the wall, do another flat spin here, and around the final bends, things started to get a bit interesting. So we come up on this BMW M4, go up the barrel just like him, and we managed to pass him near. Now somebody goes down below, which is a lot slower actually, and then we managed to pass him there as well. And so we come in second place, beating all 3 Ford GTs, and one of the BMW M4s, after wrecking. As you are watching this, I'm away on my Dallas trip. I recorded this and a few other videos ahead of time and don't have much time to actually record them much, but I didn't want to let you guys have nothing during these weeks. However, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to put music for the rest of the video. However, I will still have my general review at the end, so enjoy these races, and a lot of them are pretty good. That was a lot to say, and I actually said it all in one breath somehow. So guys, as you can see, even though the Hommage is definitely not all that great of a car, you can do decently with it. It's not like some horrific things such as the Challenger SRT8, and I would say that, and I guess this is my general review, you should try it at least a couple times in multiplayer if you are at low ratings, and you may be surprised about what it can do. It's a pretty mediocre overall, which means nothing great, but nothing too bad either. So we finished this race in second position, beaten by an Acura NSX above 3000 rank, but we do beat a 2700 Pininfarina H2 Sport. So thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 9 and Forza Horizon 4 content. And no, my thing finally didn't connect. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!